What causes the image sensor market will experience the contraction this year, and what impact will it have on image sensor manufacturers?
The market is seeing a downturn, yes, at this point of time, and that is majorly driven by unfavorable market conditions, and there is weakness in the market in terms of smartphone demand. There is also continued inflationary environment, and there is oversupply of low pixel mobile CS products. So all these factors are causing the downturn to persist in the moment of time, and the mobile market contributes more than 60% in revenue to the overall image sensor industry. And those vendors that actively participate in the mobile market are strongly impacted by the downturn. And during such a period, the smartphone OEMs also delay, the new product introductions, which then impacts the pipeline for image sensor vendors also, like in terms of supplying those sensors, and the revenue realization also gets affected. Vendors such as Omnivision and Galaxy Core have seen their inventories to continue to grow and peak, because they've been unable to sell their inventory or smoothly over the last few quarters, and this has impacted their quarterly revenues and also affected the market share decline also for them. And now both Samsung and Sony also have a significant inventory, but because of the seasonality of their customers, they aim to reduce it by the first half of 2023. The biggest sort of impact would be the increase in inventory for image sensor companies, and it will have an adverse impact on the operating performance. And also, if it impacts the operating performance, there is a situation wherein the pricing conditions worsen, like how we see in the memory market. There will be price wars, and the pricing of products will fall, which impacts the revenues and the profit margin also.
Is the 3D sensing a new opportunity for image sensor manufacturers?
I think when you look at the overall market, the image sensor vendors have offered this, 3D time of flight image sensors for customers. Sony also introduced the IMX 316 and 518 image sensors into the market for time of flight depth sensing. But what happened was that there was no use cases to define the use cases to define the use of these sensors into the end consumer market. Whereas what Apple did was, Apple had a use case developed for these LiDAR sensors. So they had depth measurements, they had 3D room scanning, they had depth mapping, which was introduced for measuring certain aspects of objects and all. So Apple had a use case that was created to match the use of why this sensor is important. And that is one key area wherein Apple differentiated from other OEMs also, and that is where Sony delivered to that use case by supplying the IMX 590, I think so, for the time of flight and LiDAR application for Apple. So there is opportunity, obviously, because there is a need for more and more information from what a camera sees, and those informations need to be translated into actionable insights for customers also. So I think both these image sensor vendors and also customers have to work together to identify use cases for depth and LiDAR sensors, and then only I think the market would overall the number of cameras in a smartphone is restricted to 3 to 4 at the moment of time. And when you look at how some of the sensors like the macro camera depth sensors, these sensors have slowly started to see that there is very less actionable or valuable benefit associated with these sensors. So I believe OEM should adopt 3D LiDAR sensors and time of flight sensors to create a more beneficial environment for end users, and also to make the camera experiences much more better.